All right, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay-Z Bottom Lip, and today I'm going to do another breakdown of Cyrax. I've learned a lot more with this character, so I would love to show you guys and give you guys a few things that I have learned with this character. So with that being said, I know a few guys probably are wondering about a lot of things in particular on how this character is supposed to play. So I'm just going to give you a whole bunch of things in particular. All right, so first thing, this move right here is plus, right? But a lot of people poke here. Just to give you guys a little something that you can do, you can add a little more pressure to the way that you want to play her. For an example, if you go down to here, set this to poke, go over here, right? So they'll poke right here, right? But did you know they can't poke right there? Yep. And if you amplify it, you go even further and you can create mind games off this, right? So watch. And you can do whatever you want, right? It doesn't have to be that combo in particular. You can do things like this. And it cause them to poke and so on and so forth, right? So you can do things like that. That's really helpful as well, especially with the strings that you have that have gaps. And a lot of times that people try to poke, you can walk away from things like this, because I was wondering that like a lot of her strings are negative, like this string right here, negative, right? So like you got to think you can do things like this. Oh, hold on, I think I'm doing the wrong one. Yeah, this one. You can get away from your opponent, right? So, and they poke right there, right? You can do things like this too. And then you can get a combo off this too. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I can't get it. I can't get it. I suck. Jesus, I don't know why it took so long. But you can do things like that. Whatever, right? That's really cool as well. Another thing too that I've learned on like how to play her is that you can do setups like this that are really cool too. So like, you know how you get the initial hit from like far screen? You can even do things like this and get setups and stuff like that. But another thing that I like to do, like when I'm not ready for a bomb setup and I teleport to my opponent, you can do things like this. And this right here is a cool little setup too, because now you can do, if they wanted to poke there, you can kill them for that, right? Which is really cool too. So show you what do I want to show you? I got a brain fart. So okay, this right here, setups, and they poke right there, you can kill them for it. But let's say that your opponent doesn't poke, right? For whatever reason, they want to respect you because they're unsure of what they're looking at. So hold on, is he gonna poke? Okay, we're good. No, here, turn this off. Okay, so let's say that your opponent wants to respect you, right? All right, you do the string. You can now do things like this. Even if they tech it, they will get hit. So that's really cool as well. Because I was wondering, like, what makes this string so powerful, and it's really just the mind games that you can play off of this string. Or if you wanted to, you can do things like this as well. Okay, so going for setups, right? You can go be super plus right there, and they can't press a button right there as well. There is something else I wanted to show you too. Just want to make sure that I know it. Okay, so this string, right? Not this string. Where is the? Oh, here you go. Right there. So you can do that too. Because a lot of times, right, your opponent's going to be ducking, and then they'll get hit by that because they're looking for you to try to grab them, because you can grab after this. So this is the mix. Boom. Boom. And they can't really jump. They don't have enough time to jump. if you do the setup correctly, they won't have enough time. Hold on, make sure I show you guys exactly what I'm doing. I want to grab him. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing. So you can do things like that. Hold on, sorry. Hold on, you can't do that. Just want to show you guys the load too that you can do. And then you can mix them off that, and so on and so forth. If you decide to play with Stryker, I'll show you guys a little bit what you could do with Stryker as well. If you wanted to add a little pressure, let's say that you already went for a bomb setup, you can do things like this and keep your pressure going with Stryker, so you don't need like bomb setups all the time in order to go for like a grab or so. So I'll show you a setup real quick, right? Let's say we do the whole B&B combo, right? Hold on. You can go for something like this to throw your opponent off. That's really strong as well. But remember to utilize this move a lot, because this move is plus. You have the sweep and you have a grab. The plus string allows you to be able to hit confirm into this, and then you put them back in the same situation. It is 2 bars, so keep that in mind as well. But you'll learn how to utilize it correctly as well. Another thing too, if you ever hit someone with this, you can also do something like this, dash forward, do this. And then you can mix off of that as well. That's really strong, and I recommend you guys should learn how to use it. Right now, I have yet to learn what would be the purpose of this string right here. I probably could do some mixing off of this. Like I can end with something like this. Hold on. Maybe something like that. I could even do something like I could do this and then kind of like keep my pressure going and stuff like that if my opponent is respecting me. I recommend doing something like that as well. You can get this let me take him off for tech and throw. You could do something like this and keep your turn going. Hold on. I don't know if this works. Yeah, it doesn't work, but you can keep your turn going. See something. It gets you a free bomb setup off that. If you want to do it even better, you can do something like that as well. That's really strong. I think another setup that I've been working on is something like this. Yeah, that right there is something I was coming up with as far as in combos. And you can go for some setups with that as well. Hold on, make sure I do it correctly. I'm sorry if I keep dropping it. Kind of rush through this. And then you can get some mixing off of that and so on and so forth. That's really good too. This string is one of my favorites for keeping your pressure down. You can get free jumps in and like that. Also remember that your wake up allows you to get a free jump in on your opponent. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but you do. Which is really nice. With that being said, if your opponent wanted to like be disrespectful on wake up after you do the armor wake up, like when you do this, you can actually get a free hit on your opponent if they try to mash like that, and you'll be able to get a free jump in and pressure them. Just pay attention to their meter. That's really important. They can't up block as well, which is really good as well. A new setup that I have as well, when they're in the corner, you can go for something like this. You got to learn to utilize everything about the character. So this move right here, where you can climb on walls, utilize it as much as you can. So I've come up with a setup where you can do things like this. And then you can go for some mixing off that. Yes, it might sound stupid, but yes, people get hit by this. I promise you, people actually get hit by it. If you watch my stream, then you know my setups do work. Free jump in and so on and so forth. Another thing that's really cool too is if you're going to use a cameo, make sure it's a cameo that's going to complement you on your playstyle. For an example, for me, I like to utilize my full strings because people don't expect it because it is negative. So since they know that it's negative, I like to throw the string out, but make sure that I'm playing a cameo that's going to complement me in the areas that I want to excel in. So for an example, I would do something like that and then keep Stryker there. I also would do something like this as well. Now I got this free pressure right here, and that all gels right there. That's just how I want to play. You don't have to play that way, but that's just something I like to play off of. You can also do things like this, where you can throw Stryker out, keep it down there, and then you can go for mix off of that, in my opinion. So they have to respect it. You see what I'm saying? And remember, there's no gap here. Remember, we showed it. There is a gap there, but they cannot poke you or counter poke you if you go into a bomb setup. So you can do something like this and then get your whole combo again. This is really good because they have to block it, and not the grab, but they have to block after you do this. After you teleport, they have to hold it, because if they jump anywhere in that frame right there, they will get bounced off a Stryker, and then you can get a free setup in that situation. So again, Stryker allows you to be able to do a setup, but then also dash forward and keep the pressure as well. And you have this string right here that breaks armor. And what you can do with your setups is you can do things like this and still keep your turn. So you can also use the bombs for pressure. So a lot of times when you think your turn is over, they allow you to keep your turn afterwards, which is really dope. You got to learn how to utilize it. Boom. And that gels the highs. You see what I'm saying? So then, boom, they can't poke here, because if they poke here, by the time that they recover from the poke, you'll be able to get a free launch as well. That is also dope. And you can do this, I believe, with all your moves. So again, if you have something like this, utilize it. Boom. See what I'm saying? So if you ever have a bomb out on the screen and you want to like utilize something in particular, I don't understand why this is happening. That's all I want to do. Okay, cool. You can cancel this into a grab or whatever the case may be. You can even do something that is negative like this, and you're safe now. If they get hit by it, you get a free bounce. You see what I'm saying? So things like that are really dope about this character as well. You can even do something that is negative like this string. Now you got your potential now. So now you can down do strings like this if you time it correctly. Double bomb setup. Then you can get free Oki, get in and do whatever it is that you want to do again, which is also really dope. My opinion, when playing this character, you want to put down as many bombs as you can in the neutral. One thing that I recommend, if you're doing a far bomb, do this to get in. This is going to make them want to jump towards you or backwards. You will be able to react to whatever it is that they do. They cannot counter poke you when you do this. If for whatever reason you're able to get a bomb like the far one off, this right here, and then you teleport, the only thing they can do is jump. They cannot do anything else. They could advance you if they have an advancing move, but then you have enough time to actually react if you put it there at a time where they can't really do anything. If you go boom, you can actually bait them to try to come forward, and they'll get hit by a bomb by the time that you teleport. And by the time they react to you teleporting and they try to press a button, you'll be able to get a combo if they try to press or something like that. So utilizing your character to its full potential is very important. You'll learn how to play around these things as well. You'll also learn that when playing with Cyrax, your opponent likes to jump a lot, especially when there's a whole bunch of bombs on the ground, because they feel as if when they're on the ground, they're very vulnerable. So they think jumping is probably the best way, not knowing that you have a move that really good at anti-airing. This will stop your opponent from jumping. And again, if you want to amplify it, you get Oki off of it as well. You also get a safe wake up option like that with this character. They can't punish this. Only reason they can't punish it is because Stryker's behind you. In order to do this, you have to hit Stryker as soon as you do your wake up. If you do it too late, he'll end up on the opposite side like that. Or what happens is he's too far away when he throws the bomb right here. Like right here, too far away, which allows your opponent to be able to punish you. I'm doing it correctly so you guys can see, but yeah, be very careful on how you utilize it, especially in the corner. Mid screen it looks a little better, but in the corner it's really tough. So again, be careful. Another thing that's really cool about this character is that you have really good staggers. Even though you might feel slow, people are going to respect you just based upon like your buttons and stuff like that, because they're looking for this being an overhead, they're looking for this string up block. So like when you play in certain ways, you'll throw your opponent off just for a slight second to be able to do a setup or create a mind game. And that's all you need when it comes to playing Cyrax. Another thing that people have been talking about too is that this character doesn't get a lot of damage, or I'm trying to find a cameo that's going to allow me to do a lot of damage. When it comes to set play characters, you're supposed to be able to keep mixing your opponent, put them in these ambiguous situations where when you do that, you'll be adding up damage over time rather than doing a whole bunch of damage and then doing the combo again and getting more damage. That would be kind of broke for a set play character, because their whole idea is to do things that other characters cannot do, which is to get a command grab and then throw you and then do another setup. If they were getting 30 like plus 40% off of every combo, that means they would only take 2 hits for this character to really put you in chip territory. You see what I'm saying? So you don't play a character based upon going for damage. You want to frustrate your opponent or put him in situations that kind of allows you to keep your turn, or put them in situations where they have to guess. That is the number one thing about a set play character. They are very strong in those aspects, so utilize them as much as possible. Another thing too is that this string is negative, but if you utilize it with the right cameo, you can do this to get away from your opponent as well. By the time that they react, you'll be already recovering. In my opinion, I think it's really strong. I think let me see something real quick. Yeah, the lower you do it to the ground, the less negative it is. You have enough time to like throw off your opponent. You can do things like this to kind of just like create those mind games. And it again is really strong in the corner. I think I showed you guys already. If you want to do that in the corner, you can do that as well. I'll try to show you one more time. So I'll show you the setup real quick. Hold on. Sorry guys. And this, again, like I said, this actually works, believe it or not, because when you go up in the air, they can't see the bomb on the ground. By the time they see the bomb on the ground, they're getting grabbed. Or Stryker is there to help you as far as in the mashing, armor, and so on and so forth. And you'll have enough time to actually block, because by the time you hit the ground, they're going to want to armor. And by the time that they realize they can armor, and they're not going to time it right, and they're going to die for it, basically. So that's another thing that's really strong. You also can go forward and backwards. You can do things like this. This is really strong. You can really get somebody with something like this. Let's see if I can show you. So if you wanted to, yes, this is very cheap and it works. I know I said I wasn't going to show you guys combos, but you guys been asking me, so I was going to show you guys a little bit as well. Again, that's kind of how you would utilize her move, where she can jump off the wall. It'll be cool if she can do this move, then jump off the wall. Like she can do things like that. Kind of like this is like a good way to get away and reset neutral. I think you can do it with your back is against the wall as well. If she can go further, that'd be dope. Well, she kind of does. She kind of does go a little further. Yeah, this is kind of dope. 50 recovery though is kind of bad, but nonetheless, it's still good depending on the cameo you're playing with. That right there is also really good as well. And then you can keep your pressure going. Let's see. I didn't want to focus too much on combos. I really wanted to focus on understanding some of your strengths and some of your moves and what really makes this character strong. So again, you want to utilize the character as much as possible. So figure out things that you can do. Don't forget about this string. This string is really good. It allows you to go for setups like this. Yes, that's all real. That's all real, by the way. So again, use every string that you have in your disposal. I think the only thing that she's lacking, in my opinion, is fast pokes. And I feel like when she does her strings, she should be able to go into a grab or a low. So for an example, right? Remember this string right here where I can do the kick, I can grab you, or I can do the low, right? I feel like if I do this string right here, I should be able to go into the low, or I should be able to grab you. This will make her even more stronger and utilizing that one string that I showed you, this string right here. Also, since we're in the corner, you can combo off of this. You can do things like this, or you can do things like this. Whatever it is that you want to do. It's kind of a waste, in my opinion, to go for this, unless you're going to go for a hard knockdown to a safe jump. But nobody utilize it that way, or I've never seen anyone use it, but I'm letting you guys know. You can do things like this. This is a safe jump, and you can create mind games off of that as well. And whatever it is that you want to do. See what else did I want to show you guys. I believe that's really about it when it comes to this character. But again, like, this is really strong as well. This will really throw your opponent off. Another thing too is that you can do things like this. Hold on. And then you can keep your turn going, but you can also fake them out by doing things like this. And they think that the bomb's coming and you can kill them for it. This is really strong too, because they'll be sitting there like, okay, the bomb's gonna detonate in a second. I'm gonna try to like duck throw or something like that. You can kind of like, it's your world basically. You can even do things like this. Like, I'm still holding the move. You can do that. See, I was actually still holding it. Then I can do this. Boom. Grab them for whatever it is. It's really strong. Again, that right there is strong too. Let me make sure I continue again. You can do things like that as well. That's really strong. Hold on. You can do things like that. There's a lot of things that you can do with this move as well. So try to use it, the amplify version of it. You recover really quick, so utilize it, in my opinion. Trying to think what else do you need to know about this character? Again, I think a lot of people probably already know, but if you hold circle, the bomb won't go off. Like right here, it'll become a fake one, but you have to do it as it hits the ground. If you do it a little late, like you do it here and try to hold it down, it won't work. You have to do it exactly when it hits the ground. Hold circle. And then you can go for mix. And it'll become fake. I think I did it right. Yep. It's a weird time. Like right when it hits the ground. Let's see. What else do I need to talk to you guys about with this character? I think you can also do this from this side of the screen too. Like, this is really good for closing the distance on your opponent, especially if like you're playing like Sector, or if you're playing a cameo that's ambushed that you can use to get in. It is really strong in that sense as well. But again, I don't want to focus too much on cameos, but I just want you to understand how to utilize these moves when she's on the wall. You can use it to get away. You can use it to get in. You can also use your bomb to get in. No one can really necessarily zone you, but you really have to be patient in some instincts when you're playing against characters that have also good projectiles as well. So if you get a little closer and start zoning, they will most likely stop zoning for a second, and you'll be able to get a bomb set up and then create mind games off of that as well. That's about it that I have for you guys. I hope I have helped you a lot more than the last video. I appreciate you guys showing love in the last video, but I felt like it was a lot more that I still needed to learn, and I feel like I learned a lot more. I'm pretty sure I'll make a part three to this character because I enjoy this character. It reminds me of Cyrax, so I put a lot of time into this character. All the setups that I'm showing you, these are setups that I came up with, and I hope you guys use them. I really do, and I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate if you guys like or dislike or leave a comment below. Again, much love to all you guys. Have a good one. It's your boy Jay-Z.